Hi, and welcome to Mom Talk. I'm Jen.
I'm Tanya.
And we're back for episode 6. Today, what are you drinking, Tan?
I am drinking Coffee Crisp coffee, and you had it a few weeks ago. It is really yummy, and I was like, was this good? And she said yes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have it, because last week my coffee wasn't great, and it was a bit disappointing. This is really yummy.
Yeah.
It tastes really good.
We're going to have to get more of that.
Yes.
It's better than, have you had the Coffee Crisp hot chocolate?
It's too sweet for me.
It's fine, but it's very,
Okay.
over on the chocolate. I feel like this is a good mix.
This tastes really good.
Yeah.
It tastes really good.
I haven't had mine yet. What did I pick?
Uh-oh. English
toffee.
the
English toffee coffee, yes.
Yes.
It sounded like a tongue twister. Oh, yes, this is good.
Yeah?
This is good. Reminds me of, I don't think Tim Hortons serves English toffee anymore.
I don't know.
But they did.
They used to have French vanilla and English toffee, right?
It reminds me of that.
We used to get half and half sometimes.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. But I can't take the sugar anymore. Just cannot handle it.
It's crazy.
So, today I have a video to show you. And I hope you enjoy it.
So, let's see.
We're going to play it on your phone. Kind of help with the audio things from before. Look at us looking all fancy.
We are.
I'm going to rip my ear off.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All
Okay,
right, here
let's see.
we go.
Okay, can I just preface this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like a mom who has had babies. You know. Okay. Is that going to go full screen?
Yeah. Okay.
Good grief. What do you want?
Do you want to race?
Absolutely not.
1,
No.
2,
I said no.
3.
Oh, no. No, no. Please wait. No. No, 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 no. Are you kidding me?
I win again.
I win the game. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real life.
It totally is. I definitely had this experience last week. Was it last? Or I don't know. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I was like it's the sleep for me. That's the hardest part, is like in the morning, because I drink a lot during the night because of my medication. My mouth gets really dry. And so like I will drink like one of those Costco size water bottles in a night. And I like got up, and being a heavier girl is kind of like getting out of bed as a, like when you have to go to the bathroom, I'm like squeezing my legs, and it's like a whale getting out of bed, like trying to like roll off the bed. And then I'm like, I get off and I'm like, oh no. And like a little bit comes, it's like, oh no. And then by the time I'm in the hallway, it's just like, this is done. It's happened.
Yep.
It's happened. Oh.
Yes, having it happen at home is not as bad as having it happen in public. I tend to,
She likes to play a game of Can I Hold It?
no, I don't play that game anymore.
Oh, good.
Not
Oh,
since
good.
I lost big time. No, I was
You
going to say,
did.
in the mornings, I don't find it quite as bad.
Okay.
But I don't like it when I'm in bed and I have to go to the bathroom, and then I hear the boys go in the bathroom, and I'm like, just get out, because I know I need a clear path.
Yes,
and
I
agree.
I
I can't.
Clear runway to the bathroom.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I lost the game last summer, so I had baby number 4 in January, and then this would be June.
Yeah, I would say.
June, we were trying to record videos for our
VBS.
VBS, and
we laugh a lot and get silly. I know that's shocking.
especially late at night.
Oh my goodness.
And
it was like 9 or 10 or something at night, and we were like trying to get these tapes and we're tired and being silly because we're
And I was
tired.
like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, no.
She said this like, what was it, like 10, 15 minutes before or something?
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'll be fine.
I'll be
I
fine.
can hold it. And I,
And then-
I like to play this game, I said.
I love that you said, I like to play this game where, and then I'll forget about it and then I'll have to go again.
Well, and now knowing I have ADHD, right? And so I just get distracted and forget that I actually have to go to the washroom.
I felt so bad for you.
Yeah, I definitely did
And
not
it-
make it. And I'm at the church! At least there was no one else around.
I know, it was just
you.
us. But it was like, I felt bad because you're like, it's just coming! It's just coming! I can't do anything! I'm done! And then so I came home, like, to your house and got, Scott and I, like, were searching through for pants and
But the
undies
problem
for you.
was, I was still quite, like, large because I had only had the baby a few months before.
So it was to try to find
finding
something.
clothes that, like,
Wouldn't
fit me
Yes,
still
yeah.
was,
Yeah. And then I came back and you're just, I walk into the bathroom and she has Eliza just standing and looking at yourself in the mirror. And I was like, oh. And then I don't know what you said, but I'm like, it will get better. Like, you just had the baby.
I think
Things
I
are
just said
still-
something like, I can't play this game anymore.
or something.
Something like that.
Just had that moment
Yeah.
of, this isn't.
No, I don't play that game anymore. As
Okay.
soon as I have to go to the bathroom, and at school, I try to make a point of using the bathroom at every break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether I
But
think
it-
I have to
has
or not.
it gotten better though since?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, and that
Oh, yes.
happens, but oh my goodness, the battle is real.
Very real.
The battle is real. So we had a friend message us this week, and her going through a struggle of like having friends and being close with them and having those people that you can rely on and connecting with them and having time for each other. And when that doesn't happen and you have gotten close with somebody and then things happen, and you're not able to spend as much time together, it can hurt. And it can be really hard to, like, is it me? What did I do? Is it them? What, like, is it stuff they're going through? But our
And we never
feelings
think that. Ever. We always think it
of
must be
how-
me.
The personal, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's really hard. I try to guard myself because I don't always feel vulnerable enough to put myself out there and make new friends. I try to be very friendly to people,
Right.
but I am afraid of.
Almost like a defense mechanism.
Yes.
That you keep people at bay so that they can't.
Yes, I have a close circle of people who I trust and I've let in, and then kind of everybody else. Because I do find, like, when I do try to put myself out there and connect with a new person, I do often feel rejected.
Like,
And,
tell more about that. Like, what?
Like,
give an example.
well, I might reach out and message and say, like, hey, can our kids get together and play? And the response is positive, but then there's never a date that's set, and we never end up, and, like, you know, a year and a half can go by and we still haven't actually connected. And then I'm thinking, like, do I message again? Am I going to be like the puppy at the door scratching and being like, let me in,
Right.
and yeah, that it can be really it can be really difficult.
And I find, like, again, we don't think of this, but on the other side, there are lots of people that I would like to connect with or get together with our kids or go out for coffee and stuff. But I get extremely focused on what's right in front of me. So, and I have a busy job and I enjoy it and there's always a million things to do, but I get focused on what's in front of me. And I forget to go beyond that. And that's something, like, I typically will say to a friend, or I have a friend from college and we try to get together, but we just forget and we get busy. And so I say, like, remind me, message me,
Yes.
because I just get focused on what's in front of me. And then it's kind of finding that time. And I think that's really important, but a challenge.
Yes.
For sure. But there's always that other side to it. And then there's just people who maybe they shouldn't be a part of your life if they're not building you up and they're not appreciating and valuing you for who you are, and maybe they're making you feel bad for things, or just kind of, maybe it's a like super, super needy relationship, or like, I don't know, but I think there's also times where we aren't just fighting after to get that person's attention or whatever, and just letting it be as it is, and thankful that maybe that relationship has come to an end if they're not going to take the time and value you.
That's true.
But I also think too, there's seasons. Like, there's been lots of times where, like, up north, we were really, really close with a couple and we loved them. And we didn't see them for a few years. And then we saw them again and it was just like normal. And we had said from the start, like, both of us were not good at like messaging or contacting or keeping connected.
Yeah.
But when we do see each other, it's kind of like, oh, it's fine. Like,
Yes.
it's good. And same with our friends who moved to Kingston. We were quite close with them. We miss them so much, but we rarely get to see them anymore. And that season of our life has kind of passed a little bit. But when we see them, we still remember and value and love that time together.
Yes, and we had that as well when you moved up north. We
Yes.
weren't able to see each other or talk to each other all the time, but
Yeah. It's not that we were like we weren't able to be super close or see each other a lot, but we were still friends.
Yep.
But it was just a different season and time, right? So
Yeah.
it can be really tricky.
Friendships are so difficult, and
Well, you're being vulnerable with somebody else.
that's
you're
exactly.
putting yourself out there, and you're waiting for them to respond. And maybe they can respond quickly, but maybe it's also something going on in their mind, or they're having family stuff, or
And that's where developing a relationship through social media can be difficult, right? Because sometimes, like, I know I was talking with someone and they said, like, they put something out there and then they never hear, and I'm like, man, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's really, and I totally get that, where you're just like waiting for someone to respond, but unfortunately, hey, I'm the worst, I know.
I love you, but I message and she just won't message back. You do sometimes.
Sometimes.
But, or like, I'll message Scott and you, and Scott will answer, and then Jen just doesn't respond because she
Scott
figures,
answered.
because Scott answers, but I'm like, I still want to hear from you. Like,
And we kind of have this ongoing joke that if I
Yeah.
don't say anything,
then she's
it's
fine
yes.
with it. Then it's yes.
But I'll advocate and say no.
Yeah, but still sometimes, like, I still am like, I don't know.
You want
but
me to be really
I
excited.
do. Or just, like, I just want you to talk to me. Yeah, but it's...
You just have to get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have our quirks.
Yeah, we do, for sure. And I think then it comes to the point of, like, say if you don't have those friendships around you and aren't surrounded by people who uplift you or value you, then what do? How do you put yourself out there to find people?
And that's what I was just going to ask you. What are some things that you have used in your life to keep connections?
I think for me, a big thing, like, say through work, I have like peers and stuff, but if that doesn't happen, it's our church family. Like, my church family is a place where I've connected with a lot of people, and being around people who are, so this is tricky, like-minded, like you have some things in common, but aren't the same.
No.
And we always gravitate towards certain people, but it's really important to step outside of that as well. And it's not like everyone I meet I'm going to be super tight with, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's different levels of friendships. But I think putting yourself in a position of whether it's volunteering at something you really care about, or being a part of a church or whatever, being around some people that you can draw to.
Yeah.
And
it's difficult. I know when you were saying that, it made me think of a job that I had where I was living away from home, and I felt like the oddball out. Like, no, I did not connect with anybody I worked with. There were lots of nice people, but like, even when they included me with their social gatherings, I always felt like an outsider.
Yeah, you didn't have that connection with somebody.
Yes, and it was really, I remember, like,
Was it very lonely, probably?
that season was very lonely, and Scott and I were just dating at the time, and so he was traveling back and forth all the time to, like, you know,
be there for you.
Yes.
And, yeah.
If I hadn't have had that, I actually probably would have quit. I really liked the job, very much liked the job, have very good memories around the job.
Yeah.
But the social stuff, to this day, and we're talking about like 20 years ago, And to this day, I still have
feel
like
it.
that
And I
hurt.
wonder too if, I don't know, but as an adult, you've developed that defense mechanism of keeping people at a distance and having some people that are really close, but keeping people at a distance, or not putting yourself in new situations or situations where you need to create that friendship because of, like, you probably were vulnerable and didn't receive the feedback that your
was
love
hoping
language
for.
needed.
Yes.
And yeah, for
And my
sure.
love language is spending time with people. So
It's
that would,
socializing, spending time with people. That is
that would
something
make a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. But yeah, for me, I am so thankful for my work. Work is a huge thing because you spend so much of your time there, right?
And it's hard because for a lot of people, they don't work with people that they jive with, right? Like, whereas a teacher, you guys, nice ladies and
and I'm really
bounce ideas off of and different things.
Yep, and I'm really thankful right now. I'm in an environment where it's primarily very encouraging and uplifting, but some of the places that I've worked at, the environment was a little bit more toxic. And even though I had friends and like I did enjoy them, over the time I noticed that I was becoming more negative and I was feeling that toxic a little bit harder, and so that was really difficult as well. It's amazing how much relationships with people are integrated into every part of our life, and so it's been really interesting over the last 2 years how like a lot of those relationships have been severed and modified and changed, and how much that affects our minds.
Absolutely. COVID did not help that with relationship building or surrounding yourself with people, right?
Yeah,
it did not help with that.
I think for like a lot of people, there's a element of starting
Starting
from
fresh,
square one, right? And that can be really hard to just start up a relationship.
But I think it was really good, and we're so thankful that somebody messaged us to say, hey, like, I'm struggling with this. Do you think you could talk it out a little bit? I think a big thing is to know we're not alone. And even if people see this and they've commented, like if they comment this week of, I've been there, give an example, it can be encouraging to us and the other lady that messaged as well, because we're not alone. There's lots of things, and so we really enjoy hearing from people. So we have 2 more things that we are going to go over quickly.
Yep.
Okay. So we thought we would talk about things that we have around our house, like too many of. Okay, so you're going to go first.
I do. So I have too many toothbrushes in my house. So there are 6 people who live in my house. How many toothbrushes would you think that we might have with 6 people in our house?
Okay, so I would say, well, seeing that you said you have a lot, I would say you have at least 6 extra. I'm going to go with 8.
So we have 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
We have a complete set of 5 upstairs and downstairs.
Oh, see, I was thinking spare toothbrushes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm thinking all together. So we have a complete set of 5 up and down. Then we have electric toothbrushes for some of us, in addition to the, manual ones. And then I have at least 5 upstairs. And I think downstairs there's a good 6 to 9 toothbrushes that are not opened yet.
How are you doing this?
I buy them in bulk, and then I see oh, that's cute, and I pick those up, and then my mother-in-law always buys us toothbrushes for Christmas, but then we already have them open, and I'm not really great at opening up toothbrushes every 3 months.
Right. So it
they
just
do
they kind of.
I want to, but then I forget. Has it been 3 months yet?
No,
so
it's been
nuts.
2 years. No,
It's
just joking. Yeah.
Nuts how many toothbrushes. I don't know how. I didn't add that up as I was going, but that's a lot. It's excessive.
And I was struggling with this a little bit, but I think for me, it would be cans of stuff. So if things go on sale, I'll pick up 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and if something else, then some tuna,
whether
or
you
then
need
soup
it or not,
or whatever. Whether I necessarily need it, which is really handy, and it's been good. But there's definitely been 2 things of tomato juice downstairs that I don't know how long it's been there. And then you get to I haven't looked at the expiry date, but then you get to
they're good after the expiry date.
Well, it's canned. I don't know, but stuff like that I think is having that kind of little bit extra stock. of random things that you still have to get other things to put with it, probably like beans
Yeah.
or stuff like that. I think that's mine. So, was that surprising to you?
No, I think it's a common thing. I would think
Okay.
that probably a lot of people
Okay.
would say, yeah, our pantry's like overflowing of
Yeah.
canned
So, well,
food.
I have my pantry of canned food, and I have my extra white cupboard of canned food. Not all canned food, but like at least
Extra,
two levels
yeah.
of canned food. And then in the basement, we have shelving, and there's canned food.
Okay, you really do have a lot of cans.
I do. I do. Okay. Okay, lastly, we wanted to talk. I can't believe it's like 20 minutes already. Okay, lastly, we wanted to talk about favorite memory as a parent so far. So,
You go first.
you okay? I was like, oh no, Jen, what are my memories? Tell me. I forget.
What memories do I have?
Tell me, go in my brain. But one thing you had mentioned, and it was really cool, is my daughter from like before she could, like she spoke later. We didn't realize she needed tubes, so she was hearing like this and wasn't speaking as well. But before she had all of her words and could communicate, she said she was in probably JK, and she said she wanted Olaf hair, and I was like, Olaf hair, and she's like, yeah, like here and here, and I was like, okay. So then I just did it and did like these bun thingies, and that was her Olaf hair, so she'd go to school like that. And this developed like, so then she wanted rainbow hair, so we put her hair and did like pipe cleaners from this side to this, and then it was being ridiculous, and then I dyed cotton balls, like food coloring, and then I put them in the dryer because somebody said to do that, and I got food coloring all inside. It came off, and then we put those like a rainbow in her hair. Then she
Do you have
wanted
pictures of all these?
I think so. I should
haven't
maybe
seen
see if I
these.
can get them so we can put them up. And then we had, it didn't look as pretty as it sounds. They kind of looked, the colors
You're
were
like, I'm not that creative.
the colors weren't vibrant or anything. Then she wanted unicorn hair. And
remember
this
that
was, unicorn hair happened often. Like it was a very, very common one. So the safety is horrible in this. I'd put a pencil, not sharpened, in like here, and I'd bring up all her hair like a pony and put the pencil, and then I would put wrap her hair around and put elastics all the way up, and so she would go with unicorn hair. Sometimes it was back, so then people would say it was Cindy Lou Who, but it
was supposed
like
to be
this,
yeah.
and then sometimes I'd put those cotton balls around, so it was like, I don't know, but yep. It was fun. Like, and now, like, so she, and then hair was a big thing for her. So she.
It still is.
Yeah, so she would save up her money, and every year she would come up with these things that she wanted. So she had, and she would pay for her hair to get done and dyed. So she's had hair where she's had really vibrant blue and really vibrant pink. That was my favorite one because they kind of mix sometimes and were purple.
Nice.
And she's had red and black. And then this year she shaved her head to support our friend going through cancer. And so she's always been very bold with her hair and statements and stuff.
confidence.
Yeah,
I just
she
love
has
it.
that confidence. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
What about you?
My favorite memory, it just actually popped up. Was it this morning? Must have been this morning on Facebook, and I shared it to my wall again. Was 5 years ago. I taught myself how to play ukulele, and at church, Renee, so she would have been 5 years old, sat beside me, and we sang a song together while I strummed the ukulele. And I just, watching it again this morning, I was like, no, that is definitely my favorite memory
cute.
with her, ever. I just loved being able to be together and singing together, and she had like excellent timing with egg shaker.
Oh, she did. And I loved, so I put on Facebook, she did a tag and they slowed it down, and she was just like so like emphasizing the slowdown, which is cute. And then after, I don't know if you had read my comment, but she does a like head thingy at the end, and I was like, that is so Jack. Like it reminded me so, and I haven't correlated like seen much of them in each other, but that was definitely a moment. So
yeah, that was cool.
Anyways, we are a bit over time, but I hope you enjoyed us. Thank you for joining us and talking again. Please comment. We love to hear from you, and it's very, very helpful.
Tell us what you have in your house that you have too much of. That's what we want to hear.
Yes.
See you next week.
Bye.